The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is Universal.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
All right, I am excited. I have been waiting. I meant to attack this topic yesterday.
Concepts and rationalizations. It's the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, we'll hand out a lovely prize pack. Are we going to see music this weekend, Beef, still?
Yeah, Danny, stay tuned. One Lucky Guggen's going to go down to Daly's place tomorrow night, or Friday night, I'm sorry. Fast forwarding. To see Brantley Gilbert Friday night at Daly's place, or you can pick up tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
All right, go ahead.
I have this question for you.
Yes.
There's more Antonio Brown news.
Oh, no.
And I don't know why this is news. We talked about this a year ago that he threw that furniture off the balcony.
Well, he had to go to go talk to a judge about it.
Well, now he had to talk to a judge because the condo is suing him because
you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, you're not allowed to throw
Sort of
furniture,
against
especially
when there are
right.
people down there.
Well, the other side of it is you're right. He's already been sued and paid the people, those small boil that he almost killed.
Yes.
My question to you is this. That's it. For Antonio Brown, agree he'll never play another down in the NFL?
No, I don't
right.
agree.
You don't agree?
No.
Oh, I say that he doesn't.
Okay.
But
I mean, I would. It could.
Who's going to – how? I mean, the guy's going to ever be eligible?
Well, he probably stays away this year.
What is he, 31?
Let's see if he can stay out of the news.
All right, well.
Says he wants to play again.
My supposition here is going to include him not playing again.
That's fine, and I would not.
Because if he doesn't play
surprised.
again, I'm going to suggest to you, if he doesn't play again, he absolutely balled up and threw away a Hall of Fame career. So my question, which leads to my question.
He's not a Hall of Famer?
Is he?
He's pretty close.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if your career numbers don't equal Derek Mason's? Are you a Hall of Famer?
They don't?
No, they don't.
How so in total numbers?
He's not in the top 30 in anything. Not receptions, not yards, not touchdowns. Where do we draw the line on what you have to accomplish?
If we take
I know
5, 6, 7 year period. He was, arguably
did Jimmy Smith not have a 5, 6, 7 year period close to?
We're sitting here banging the drum for Tony all the time. How are we not bang the drum for Antonio Brown?
Well, because Tony didn't throw his career off a balcony.
Oh, so you want to punish him for that, which is fine. I don't.
Well, that's what ended his career. His career is ended by him, not by injury
It's not. It's even more than just
if you're
throwing
outside.
his career off a
Look
balcony.
how long Terrell Owens waited as the third best receiver in the history of the game statistically.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown, I embellish a little bit. He's 28th in touchdowns. He's outside the top 30 in receptions and receiving yards. I don't know if you can overcome that no matter how good you were for 5 or 6 years. Now, look, I know especially, people that have been watching football the last 10 years, well, you're an idiot. He's a Hall of Famer. If he's not a Hall of Famer, who is?
Right.
But at some point you have to, again, unless injury cause your statistical demise, you have to factor that in. If your numbers are less than Rod Smith, Steve Smith, Jimmy Smith, Derek Mason.
A lot of Smiths.
They're better than him in everything. Well, Steve Smith is a Hall of Famer, so that's not really. Hines Ward, much better. I mean, they all have better numbers than him.
Yeah.
Is Hines Ward a Hall of Famer?
I think so.
I do, too.
Ian Rappaport, a rap sheet on Twitter a couple minutes ago, as practice week ramps up in Jacksonville, Pro Bowl corner Jalen Ramsey expected to be at the facility today, source said. However, he's a little banged up. He's been receiving treatment for issues related to his lower back and hamstrings. Albert Breer chimes in. First he gets sick, now this guy cannot catch a break.
Especially if he went to L.A. on the day in between, as has been reported.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I can't fly to L.A. with a day after having the flu. Just for the record, that's me. I'm not as strong a man. But.
Oh, I'm L.A. Is tough for me to go over and back in one day.
Yeah,
that's not good for me.
I don't know. At some point, do the Jags shut him down for the week, or are they going to let him? On top of dictating the trade policy, is Doug Marrone now going to bend and let him obviously fake missing practice all week and then play him on Sunday? Can you do that? Are you okay with that?
Say again now?
If you fake a reason not to practice all week, do you still play him on Sunday?
Adam Schnipner reports this just a few minutes ago, and this is legit. It still will be an upset if Jalen Ramsey plays Sunday at Denver. This isn't being solved anytime soon.
Okay, well, why is he on the – I don't get it. What does that mean? Upset, as in he's going to be traded, or they're going to deactivate him?
Not that he's going to be – that he won't play due to – I'm assuming.
Well, I would have more respect for Jalen if he would
sickness.
just. I would have more respect for Jalen if he just manned up and went home and said, "I'm not playing until you trade me." Much more.
Oh yeah.
I mean, at some point does any of his teammates, any of his teammates down there, at some point begin to demand a little more than this, or?
Well, let's see what happens. Again, this is just him reporting. We'll see how the tone and tenor is today down at the locker room later today. I saw this, and we'll continue our discussion of that later, but we're bouncing around.
I mean, if you're Calais Campbell, I mean, you just bite your tongue. I mean, you're pulling around what could be a fractured foot, and I need my hamstrings treated.
Yeah. I saw this, and this did not bode well to me. I'm trying to understand what happened to the New York Metropolitans this year and why they didn't make the playoffs because of the individual season some of the guys had. So my immediate thought is, well, the bullpen is horrible, and that's why they're not in. That would make sense. I mean,
for which team? I'm sorry,
the Mets. So, so it has to be the bullpen, right? And then I see that the Nats and Dodgers have blown the most saves in baseball.
The Dodgers bullpen is 7th, though, in totality. Yeah, they may have blown saves.
Yeah, they're both blown. One is 30 and one is 28. And I'm like, well then what in the world? And then I saw this mini Dan Hicken stat of the day. Since the wild card era, Jeff, there are 3 big awards, right? There's the Rookie of the Year, MVP, and Cy Young. Those 3. 11 times since the wild card era, teams have won at least 2 of them. Okay?
Oh, what do you mean?
Since the wild card era began, since they added the extra wild card team.
Oh, any team, not championship teams,
right?
Or just whatever. Okay.
11 times, Major League Baseball teams have won at least 2 of the big 3 awards. Mm-hmm. All 11 made the playoffs.
Well, sure.
There's a general consensus that the Mets are going to get the Rookie of the Year and the Cy Young. Now, whether you agree or disagree, I keep reading, and I was right.
Alonso's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So I got no qualm there.
Yeah.
I give up on the savvy.
We did this last year, and you wouldn't give me credit when I tried to tell you that he was going to win it.
Yeah, but by now I did. Yeah. And when you started that was almost a joke. I mean, seriously. I mean, DeGrom was 6-8 or something, and so we did that one. We weren't at each other's throats on that one. That one kind of worked out that way. But if Jacob DeGrom wins the Cy Young this year, then I no longer recognize postseason awards.
All right.
I like that. That's insanity.
We'll never talk about him again.
Yeah, that's insanity. He's not better than he's no better than other more important pitchers.
Yeah.
There's nothing that he's.
I mean, here's a
last year he excelled, Dan. He was head and shoulders better than everyone. This year he's not. He's the same.
Here's a headline: An easy Cy Young Award pick. Jacob DeGrom stands alone among NL pitchers.
Who's that written by? The Mets beat writer, or is that Jason Stark?
That's Forbes. That's national. Much was made by some over the fact that DeGrom won last year despite a humble 10-9 1-loss record.
Yeah, but he had a 1.3 or something.
Well, here we are with 1 start left, and DeGrom almost certain to win again, this time carrying a 10-8 mark.
I don't understand that at all, but okay. I mean, if you want to give it to him, you can give it to him. He's not deserving of the Cy Young Award, though. That's ridiculous. And by the way, I can remember watching Mets games with DeGrom and Syndergaard that they needed to win that he didn't.
God, I don't even understand the stats.
If he wins the Cy Young at 10-8, I give up, dude. I'm serious. That doesn't count anymore. Listen, last year was a different deal. Last year was a complete different deal. To compare this season to last season
DeGrom has accumulated
is ridiculous.
41.6 pitching runs above average this season, with Strasburg second at 33.6 and Scherzer third.
It doesn't. Now we're going too analytical.
Look at the other top 2019 NL starting pitchers and their corresponding pop-up fly ball ratios.
Come see, what are we doing here? No, I'm looking at wins and
is
EP.
You, bro.
No, it's not
this
me.
Is your world.
Never
this is. What you love.
It's a lie. 100%.
This is what you want.
100% lie. I've never heard of a pop-up expectation value.
Yeah.
It can't be mine. I don't even know what it is.
No, it's
no whip. I give you whip, and you put me on expanded 3 stats.
On a scale where 100 equals league average, he posted the lowest projected relative production allowed at 77.
He won 10 games.
This means based on the exit speed, launch angle combination of all the batted balls he yielded,
are you doing?
He should have allowed 23% less production than the average NL pitcher.
I have a message right now for our friends on Twitch. I'm being held captive.
Yeah, this is you. This is what you love.
None of those are me. So if you can continue to say that every time we have a baseball talk, and I'll have to continue to waste 2 minutes of our airtime explaining to you that no, that's not me.
Not only
we argued over whip.
Not only does he
whip,
rack up
this caveman argued me over whip. That's the only one I've ever mentioned.
Not only does he rack up the pop-ups, he by far mutes grounder authority to a greater degree than his top-level competitors.
I hate to break this to you. I know you know a little baseball. Pop-up is not what you're looking for as a pitcher, for the record. The great pitchers get credit because they keep the ball on the ground.
Yeah.
So the pop-up stat is a dumb one.
Yeah.
You're supposed to, as a great pitcher, keep the ball on the ground. That's how you don't get hurt.
All right, look at one more thing, not statistically.
This, by the way, beef on a team that we had a funeral about.
Yeah, this is from the MLB.com favorites to win the awards. I haven't looked at it. AL MVP, it says Mike Trout, with Bregman second, but Trout's going to win. NL MVP, Bellinger, 21 first-place votes. Yelich, 14. Rendon, third. Marte, and your guy Acuna is fifth. AL Cy Young, Verlander, Cole, Bieber. NL Cy Young, DeGrom, 31st place votes. Scherzer, 5 first place votes.
I don't get it, dude. I don't get it. I honestly, this isn't me versus you. I don't understand.
I'm not telling you I agree with it.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you that's going to happen.
I don't understand that. Somebody stopped it. Who are these moron 30 that say that?
He gets more votes than Verlander.
That's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
What, Dan?
He leads the National League with strikeouts, whip, since his ERA hit 3.98 on
Well,
May 17th.
He doesn't lead the National League in whip. That's not accurate. He's tied for the lead. By the way, a whole .03 over Hyunjin Ryu, who all year long was baseball's or in the National League. Ryu should win it. He really should. His ERA is lower. His whip is the same. And he's...
Well, here's the problem why Ryu won't win it.
He got slow down the stretch.
No, because we're going into the playoffs, and
he's not their number one pitcher.
Yeah, Walker Buehler's starting the first game.
Yeah, but guess what Jacob deGrom's not doing?
What?
Going into the playoffs.
Well, maybe.
He got 10 wins, bro. How many starts did this guy make? 30, probably? You've won 1 out of 3 starts, and that's the best pitcher in baseball. I give up.
Well,
no, it's not the same. His ERA is 2.5. It's not 1.4. Yeah. It's 2.5 is a good year. It ain't great.
Yeah.
You can't give a 10-win pitcher with a 2.5 ERA the Cy Young. The only thing I would say...
Last 22 starts, 1.99.
And what did it get you? What did it get you?
I mean, I can't tell you how many... Listen, we dispelled the whole win thing last year. I've always told you I disagree, but, I mean, I've never seen a team where the guy will leave after 7 innings of, scoreless baseball, and it'll be 0-0. Happens all the time. Anyway, enough of that. Let's do caller number 2. I want to still talk about the GMs in the NFL. Let's do that when we come back.
Okay.
What makes a good GM and hits and misses from some of those guys.
We'll talk to one in 20 minutes.
Huh? What?
Said we'll talk to one in 20 minutes.
What do we got?
We got John Elway coming up.
John Elway's on the show.
Yeah.
Wow, good. That'll be fun. That's next.
Yeah, coming up.